up for Ohio State.
You've waited all day for this.
He's going to take it to the house. 85 yards. Down the right side going Devin Smith. Got it at the 5 and into the end zone. Touchdown.
The one show that's nothing but the Buckeyes.
Oh, Graham Rucker for the touchdown. Graham shoots it high on the right for 3.
This is the Buckeye Show.
Happy Wednesday, Buckeye fans, and you know what Wednesday means. That means it's a DeVier day here on the Buckeye Show. Welcome in, everyone. I am Ryan Baker filling in for Timmy Hall, and to my right, the grade 8, DeVier Posey. My friend, how are you on this Wednesday?
What's up, Bake? What's up, Columbus? How you doing today? It was a beautiful day today. Absolutely gorgeous. I love fall.
DeVier,
so much.
It was a beautiful day. And just before we walked in here, you said you played golf yesterday and that you're playing again tomorrow. I actually went out and played today. I didn't think I got to play last Monday. I thought I was done for the year. Dad and I went out today, got another round in.
Still got that itch.
It was not pretty. The itch might be gone after today because I did not play well. I had been playing pretty well, but I did not play well today. But what a gorgeous day. I mean, you can't ask for anything better in Central Ohio in October.
That's awesome. So, Bake, you putting the clubs up. You're done for the season.
No, I'm not saying that. I mean, there could be something that pops up. I mean, we're going to have 70s next week, too, and some nice weather. So, you know, if there's a chance that I can get out of here for a while, maybe I'll go play another round or two if I can.
Let's go.
It was a fun day, though, being out on the course with Dad. Jacob Reimer here as well. You heard him on the update. He's running things on the other side of the glass. DeVier, last night I found out that I was going to be in for Timmy Hall, and it was me and you, so I sent you a text.
Yep.
And I always like to try to ask you guys. Sometimes we find out we're hosting a show and we just start working on a show sheet and we go. But I always like to ask you if there's anything in particular you want to talk about. And for some reason last night on that text, it just was like, hey, I should throw this on the text too. So I said, or if you have any former teammates that you might want to get on. So you fired back. Let me work on that. I'll let you know tomorrow. And then today I'm done golfing. I get home, sitting down for a minute, my phone rings and it was you. And you didn't find a former teammate, but you may have done better. Former national champion safety Mike Doss is going to join us tonight at 6:33. What a get by you, my friend.
Oh, man, it's not that. It's my guy. And here's the thing with me and Doss. I think it was around 2019. I'm in town for a spring game. And Doss is Doss, he just feels like everybody's big brother, you know, like everybody knows him. You all have your own personal relationship with him if you played at Ohio State. And for some reason, you know, we just kind of clicked. Even when I was here, you know, he was just getting back to Columbus after his playing days. And we were kind of cool when I was here in Columbus. And so he encouraged me to move back to Columbus. He encouraged me to be a part of this community, raise my kids here. I was kind of like on the fence of like, you know, where I wanted to live. Do I want to go back to South? You know, what I wanted to do. And so I always give Doss credit for, you know, definitely pushing. And he, I mean, bro, like he sold, man. Like he hosted me on a visit to move back here. Like he had a close friend. His friend took me and my wife to dinner. And it was just one of those things to where it's like, hey, man, like, you know, former players living in Columbus, you know, this is the place to be, man. And so I always give him that credit, man, for sure.
And I know we talk about this a lot, DeVier, but isn't that one of the things that makes this place and this university, Ohio State, so special? It's not just thing. It's not your Mike was not your teammate. He's older than you, but you guys have struck up a bond and a friendship now. I mean, we've heard the guys talk about that. We heard last year with all these guys were coming back. The brotherhood. And Mike Doss.
Down the number one thing.
Mike Doss, I remember that press conference. Him saying he's coming back because he wanted to win a national championship. How similar that was to what we heard from these guys. It's probably the number one thing that makes Ohio State so special.
I think that's it. I mean, you're right. And to just, you know, hit it home again, I think, you during my recruiting process, Ohio State comes and knocks on the door of the Vest, and you got all types of schools coming after you. All types of schools are hot at the time, Florida and Oklahoma and USC. And, you make that decision, commit to a school. I mean, look at them now. You know what I'm saying? But this place has been flourishing. You're from here. You played high school football here. In the life after football in Columbus, it's not like people give you anything. It's not that. No, you have to go. You have to go and make organic relationships. You have to work hard. And the best part about it is the soil that you plant seeds in. It's great soil here. Like, it's just great soil. The people are good. It's all the right nutrients in the soil. People love Ohio State. They want to see you do good. And then the brotherhood is it's just unmatched, man. I mean, we fought with each other. And the thing about it is like, it doesn't matter what era you come from. Like, I've seen guys from totally different eras be close and take trips and families be together. It's just something to where it really makes Ohio State a special place. And like, I think it's not pitched enough to recruits that, like, life after football here, you'll be okay, man. And you'll have your brothers to go through it with you.
You growing up in Cincinnati.
Yep.
Were you a Buckeye fan your whole life?
No.
When you look back, did that 2002 national championship team, how old would you have been then?
I was 12.
Do you remember that? Did that have any effect on you as a football player?
I thought that was a pass interference. I was rooting for Miami.
I mean, that Miami team was pretty good.
My journey has been great, man. Like, I had a love for Santana Moss and Andre Johnson growing up, and Andre Johnson ended up being one of my teammates. But I just, as a kid growing up in inner city Cincinnati, like, you couldn't, like, there was no way to not like the Miami swagger for me. And this is the reason why I didn't like Ohio State. Ohio State fans on the Buckeye Show on this beautiful Wednesday, here's why. I didn't have cable growing up. So Ohio State had an ESPN contract at the time, Tito. So I never saw their games. I only saw CBS. I'm sorry, Bake. I saw CBS, ABC, and Fox. Ohio State didn't play on, like, non-cable channels. So I never really could just turn, unless it was a bowl game or a national championship, I could never watch Ohio State every Saturday because we were too poor to have cable.
When did that change for you? When did you decide, hey, I want to be a Buckeye?
I would honestly say I had a locker mate when I got to LaSalle High School. His name was Elliot Ebler. He ended up playing baseball at Ohio University, and he was a diehard Buckeye fan. Like, I had never met somebody who, like, wore Ohio State stuff. Like, we shared a locker. Like, he put, like, a picture of the 2002 national championship team in there. So, like, every day, freshman and JV, I would, like, open it up and I would just see Ohio State football in our locker that we shared. And I would just always ask him. He was like, man, Ohio State. And then the vest comes. Well, I had a guy in front of me, Ben Martin. He was getting recruited by Ohio State, and he ended up going to Tennessee. And so when the vest came and Coach Hazel and John Peterson, they started putting the full court press on me, my guy Elliot kind of, like, he would take me home. He was like, hey, man, I know you think because I'm a fan, I'm just saying this, but you should seriously consider Ohio State and like what it would mean for you to go there and how big this university is. And then I took a visit, and I had been in Columbus all my life. My mom worked up here. I had been to camps at Ohio State, at the rec center, at the old, rec center, RPAC, and they played several basketball tournaments up here at you remember the old hoop? Mm-hmm. The hoop, yeah. Out on,
what was it?
It's by
right off of 670.
Yeah, by the airport.
Fifth Avenue.
Yeah, so I love, I loved being up here. So I always felt like, I had a secret tie to Columbus. And it all just, like, went together. It was just an easy decision once I came here, and I learned about the history of wide receivers, Bake. Man, it was like, oh, it's a no-brainer. And I'm from here? Like, this is the right idea. It's the right choice.
And I think it was because we're glad to have you here. And you're, like you said, your journey is a pretty cool one, going through the NFL and the CFL, being the Grey Cup MVP and all of that. And I love the story there about you and Mike, even though you were from different eras of Ohio State football, becoming friends like that afterward. It just talks about that brotherhood that we've heard from not only Buckeyes, but Will Howard has talked about that brotherhood as well in just his short time here. So that's pretty cool. Obviously, Ohio State, the bye last week. They're really getting back into things this week. Ryan Day spoke yesterday at his weekly press conference. We'll let you hear some of what he had to say. Coming up next, it's Ryan Baker, it's DeVier Posey, Jacob Reimer, the Buckeye Show, 97.1 The Fan.
Wake up with the Fan. Eat lunch with the Fan. Go to bed with the Fan. Dream about the Fan. Then change your sheets. Gross.
Ew, you guys are gross, but stick around in case I don't find anyone else.
The Fan.
Want to kick off your fall shopping with a touchdown? Shop Bob's Discount Furniture for pieces that fit your style and your space. Check out Bob's space-conscious and style-forward furniture for every room, like counter-height dining sets, convenient lift-top coffee tables, guest-friendly pop-up sleepers, and storage-filled seating perfect for game day hangouts. So stop and score winning design with Bob's Discount Furniture, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Imagine a tailgate. The heat of the flame, the sizzle of the burger, the squeeze of the ketchup. Grilling is essential to tailgating as the game itself. Weber grills are there in the hours, minutes, and even seconds before kickoff. Before the best damn band in the land plays the battle cry, signaling it's time to take the field. Weber is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. This season, Weber created an officially licensed limited edition Ohio State grill inspired by the iconic Buckeye helmets. Find the best damn grill in the land at local Ohio retailers.
There's one medical team in Central Ohio skilled enough to care for your favorite Ohio State team, and Buckeyes everywhere. The Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center is your choice for the most highly specialized orthopedic and sports medicine care. Our surgeons, physicians, and physical therapists have access to the most advanced treatments and innovative recovery approaches to get you back in your game. Because on or off the field, our team is your team. The choice for your orthopedic care is clear.
Soy has been keeping secrets, and it's ready to share. Soybeans are among the most versatile agricultural products. They are used in creative ways you may have never realized to make products we all love and use every day. Ohio is leading the way, developing new uses for soybeans to support our changing world. Soy low-key slays, and I'm here for it. Learn more about soybeans at soysecrets.org. This ad brought to you by Ohio soybean farmers and their checkoff.
Go behind the scenes of one of the most recognizable landmarks in all of college athletics with a tour of Ohio Stadium. A seasoned redcoat will be your guide as you make your way through walls of the stadium, into the press box, and onto the field. Upgrade to the VIP package and get special access to the band center and the Ohio State home locker room. From corporate outings and school groups to single-person tours and small families, Ohio Stadium Tours offers a variety of options and pricing that will meet your needs. For more information, visit ohiostatebuckeyes.com and book your tour of Ohio Stadium today.
Hey Columbus, looking for the perfect day trip? Head to the Pro Football Hall of Fame in Canton. Dive into football history, see legendary players, and enjoy interactive exhibits. Fun for the whole family. Visit ProFootballHOF.com for tickets. The Pro Football Hall of Fame in Canton, where it's always football season.
Hey there, friends, it's Bo Bishop. Join us for the Make a Difference Gallop at High Bank Distillery in Grandview. Taste new fan barrel picks and support the Third and Goal Foundation. Tickets are on sale now at 971thefan.com. 21 or older, please drink responsibly.
If a friend asks how you're doing, and you say,
I'm okay.
When the truth is,
I don't want my problems to burden anyone.
Or you say,
hang it in there.
Because
if I ask for help, they'll just think I'm weak.
Then this is your sign to call, text, or chat 988 for free, confidential support. Anytime. You don't have to hide how you feel.
If you recently lost health coverage due to a life change, healthcare.gov is here for you. Like it was there for Marcus when he lost his job, and Keisha when she turned 26 and lost her parents' insurance, and Elena when she went off Medicaid. There are many other ways to qualify, Visit healthcare.gov today to see if you're eligible to enroll. Limited time to enroll. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
A little breezy out there, but sunny and dry. Temperatures holding in the mid to upper 70s. Overnight, we'll keep the breezes up. Temperatures down to around 40 degrees. We'll see a cool start and a pleasant finish on Thursday. Temperatures back in the low 60s. With your 10 weather impact forecast, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz on The Fan.
The best sports talk in the Big Ten lives right here. Now back to the Buckeye Show on The Fan.
Welcome back in. It's Wednesday, so that means it is a DeVier day here on The Fan. Former Buckeye DeVier Posey. I'm Ryan Baker filling in for Timmy Hall. Buckeyes back in action this week, taking on Nebraska. It's a big noon kick over at the Shoe. That means you got to get up bright and early on Saturday morning.
Oh, yeah.
6:30 start time down at the Ozone for you guys?
Yes, sir.
Ooh, yeah. There's a whole crew, Matty Ice and Dane.
Matty Ice, Dane. We'll all be out there.
I love it. I love it. Just a reminder, we here on the Buckeye Show are sponsored by our friends over at Care Source and, of course, Coors Light. Did you like bye weeks, DeVier?
Absolutely. I mean, I think bye weeks are good. They're healthy. It's something that you kind of need just to get you back rolling and get your body healthy. So, yeah, no, I enjoy bye weeks. I feel like we didn't have them, like, much back when I played. But, I mean, hey, they go by so fast. It's not like you're taking vacations.
Yeah. Was during the bye week, and I know, like, Ohio State, they had 2 this year. And the first one, it seemed like that was more of like, hey, this is going to be a refresh and a reset week. That doesn't seem the case this time, especially coming off the loss. Did you think it was, if you had a bye week, and I don't know if this was ever the case for you, after that Oregon game and the way it ended so close at the end, would you have wanted a bye week the next week? Or would you have wanted to get back to it? I
would have wanted to get back to it. It's one of those games to where it's so tight, it's so many close plays that it's going to eat at you. It's just going to eat at you. I mean, it's like you leaving the golf course today. Like, you don't want to go on another bye week. Bake, you want to get back out there and swing them.
Well, this is the cruelty of the game of golf, though, and I understand what you're saying. I hit a big drive on 18, so golf doesn't let you just be bad so you can walk away. Like, if I was just terrible, I could put the clubs down, never go back, and be fine.
Yeah.
But you're having a bad round, but somehow you par 17 and birdie 18, and it makes you come back. Golf is a cruel game like that.
It is. It plays with you.
Here was Ryan Day talking about having the bye after the loss.
I mean, it is what it is. It was a long week for all of us, and a lot of hours in here talking about it. You sit on it and you chew on it, and then eventually you move on and you look forward, and that's kind of where we are. And we did that last Wednesday. Tuesday we came out here practice, and then Wednesday we said, okay, here's what we got moving forward. Here are the things that we got to get done and address them. So I think we did get an opportunity to get some guys some rest and get them healthy. Also get some younger guys a bunch of reps. We got back here Sunday, practice on Sunday, and now have a team meeting here at 2:30 and get back to work on a Tuesday practice.
I love that phrase there. He used you chew on it, a little bit. I get the sense from that. I don't know if you do, DeVier. He would have rather been playing last Saturday too.
I mean, absolutely. You want to wash that out with some big plays, but this is good. I mean, when you go into a film and you leave with a list of things to work on, and they're all fixable things, and if you fix, say there's 4 things on each side of the ball. If we fix 2 of these things on each side of the ball, Bake, are we 1 point better? Are we 2 points better than Oregon? Absolutely. Absolutely we are. And there shouldn't be no mistake about it. Let's fix these things. Let's fix them now, because the biggest thing for me, how many times Day has watched the film, how many times the guys have watched the film, the players and the coaches, other teams are studying that, right? Like, other teams are doing that. And so within the film of looking at bad mistakes and negative plays, there has to be some type of self-evaluation on, okay, what did they expose here? It's like the Thomas Hammock and the Marcus Freeman conversation that happened earlier this year. Thomas Hammock, if you guys don't know, he offered Marcus Freeman some pointers or say, hey, I'm open to letting you know what we saw. Next week they go out and pop a team, right? So self-scouting, allowing yourself to have that unbiased view of like what you're doing and what a team is trying to expose, I think that's what was good this week in the extra time, is that we probably used it for a lot of self-scouting along with evaluating and fixing mistakes.
And here's Ryan Day talking about just that point you made.
Yep.
I think the first thing, like you said, you look at the personnel. You have to make sure we got the right people in the right spots. I think we do. Maybe we can tweak a few things, but I think we have the right people in the right spots. Then it comes down to scheme. I think there's some things that we can do better for sure, putting guys in better situations to be successful. And then there's the coaching. And I think we definitely can do a better job there of, making sure that the guys understand, exactly what they're doing, getting them lined up and then going from there. But I think it's a combination of scheme and coaching.
DeVier, before I get your thoughts on that, I want to piggyback that with this. Ryan Day talking about they want to get more pressure on the quarterback.
Certainly, we want to get more pressure on the quarterback. There's no question. And it's the coach's job to make sure that we put our players in a situation, an environment to be successful. So that's the first thing we got to look at. And then it's the player's job to go do it and execute it. So all those things were part of the conversation this past week. And, we definitely need to do a better job there.
Both of those clips and in this whole press conference yesterday, I heard Ryan Day talk more about the scheme and the coaching, and they need to do better in those two aspects than I've ever heard him talk before.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing, man. It has to start with the head. Like, you can't go out attacking players. You can't go out and say, hey, guys, like, this is on you guys. The reason why we lost by 1. No, I mean, it starts up top, man. And I like guys who can kind of take it on the chin there and be like, hey, we have to be better. Because when you're a player and you see your coach saying, hey, like, that was on me, you feel like, well, dang, coach, like, we're out here making the plays, or I could have made the plays. So if you're going to communicate a message better, or you're going to teach something different, or your technique is going to be a lot more crisp that you want to see, I'm going to make sure you get that point across through my play. Like, I'm going to show you that I'm getting what you're talking about. So when coaches step up to the plate like that, Bake, I love it, man.
And the fact of the matter is, DeVier, and you and I were on last Sunday after the Oregon loss, and we talked about all of this. But
it was a sad day, wasn't it?
It was a little bit, yeah. And the fact of the matter is, after the way last year ended, and then this loss to Oregon, Ryan Day's taking it on the chin a lot right now. Yeah. And he's not running away from it. Like you said, he's taking responsibility, saying, hey, we've got to look at this. I think we have the players in place to do this. They're in the right spots. We've got to do a better job. And I think that's what you've heard from a lot of the critics and a lot of the fans here the last couple weeks.
Yeah, I mean, you're hearing that. And this is like a collective unit, like, coming together. As crazy as it sounds, it's like people think like, well, they didn't do that in training camp, or they didn't figure that out game 5, game 4. Like, why does it have to be the Oregon game that everybody's coming together? No, like, this is why we heard interviews from the guys saying, like, I wish we kind of got tested earlier this season. Like, players want to go up against other good teams early so they kind of have a measuring stick. And for this team to have it at this point in the season, it's a great point because it's right in the middle, and you have ample opportunity to clean it up. You had ample opportunity to be placed in the top 3 teams. You had one blemish, a 1-point blemish. Let's take this. Let's act like we got blew out. Let's act like this is the end of the world. Let's be somber. Let's be sad for 2 weeks. Let's make this. Let's over exaggerate everything. Like football is so crazy, Bake. Like, when you over exaggerate things and you act like it's way big of a problem, you can nip it in the butt, because if you let things slide with football, like, it's going to come back and hurt you. So if you over exaggerate things right now, it's a good opportunity to clean it up for the rest of the season.
You're crushing this today, because here's Ryan Day still with some perspective. Yeah, we're evaluating, but everything all their goals are still right in front of them.
Yep. You come out of the game and you got to identify the things that didn't work, which we did, make some adjustments. Do I need to overhaul everything? No, we don't need to overhaul everything, but there are some things, the way that, we're coaching things, the way that we're, scheming some things, we need to make adjustments there. There's no question. But once all that settles, you realize that, there's a lot of football ahead of us. And you look ahead at, what we got in the second half of the season, and then right here with Nebraska, And so, you quickly move on to that and realize that, there's a lot of teams across the country that have taken a loss. So now we got to go adjust and play our best football here in the second half of the season. You could have as many as, 10 games from here on out. So, that's important to make sure that we now move forward. We learn from the game, but we can't dwell on it. We got to move forward, and we got to focus on Nebraska.
DeVier, I have been as big of a critic as anyone of Ryan Day. And whether I think these adjustments will be made or not doesn't matter. This is the right perspective here. All of these clips we've heard, listen, we've got to do a better job. We've got to do all this. And like you said, you can over-exaggerate things, but the fact of the matter is, no matter what warts we saw in the Oregon game with this team, the fact of the matter is, everything, all of their goals are still within grasp.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's no reason to fret or frown or be sad, but it is a reason to stop what we're doing, evaluate, look in the mirror, be critical. Everybody, and here's the thing about these type of film sessions, the best part about losses like this, you see how people take coaching and you see how people take criticism. And you always learn about, and it's not like a man or woman thing, but you learn what kind of men are in the locker room or what kind of men are in the coaching room. Guys who can say, hey, that's on me. I got to be better. When you have that honesty, when you have that transparency, when you can get on a player and him not rebuttal back and say, oh, well, I was thinking this. No, it's fix it. And fix it today at practice. I don't want to see that crap again. And when somebody's like, all right, coach, I got you. That's where growth happens.
Mm-hmm.
Where you can take that. And I believe his tone and his rhetoric, they're coming out of film sessions like that. It's heavy in there. The walls were sweating.
Adversity shows true character. That's for sure. DeVier, we talked about it. One of my favorite teams of all time is that 2002 national championship team. No one was a bigger part of that than safety Mike Doss. He joins us next. It's the Buckeye Show, 97.1 The Fan.
News, opinions, and insight, all before breakfast. Rise and shine with Morning Juice.
Weekdays starting at 6.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
This football season, choose chill and go with the beer that's made for Ohio State game day. Whether you're at the shoe, the bar, or the basement, bring the Silver Bullets.
You can win tickets to the game against that team up north on November 30th.
Enter keyword kickoff at CoorsLight.com/college football.
No purchase necessary. Open only to residents of Ohio through 10/31/24. See official rules for details at CoorsLight.com/college football. Coors Light, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. 21 means 21. Celebrate responsibly.
Get Eco.
Hey, Aaron. Hey, Jerry. Remember that day I invented the everything bagel? That was a heck of a day, Jerry. I was right there in line.
Get Eco.
I saw the onion bagel and the poppy seed bagel and the sesame bagel, and I thought, imagine if one bagel could give you everything you need. You changed the world that day, Jerry.
Get Eco.
I think Eco is just like that for homeowners in Ohio. Plumbers, electricians, HVAC technicians. One company, one call, everything you need.
Get Eco.
Eco is a complete ecosystem of home services all under one roof. Ooh, that is a good one. Big things, small things, projects that require a little of this and that. Eco has the whole ecosystem equally covered.
Get Eco.
What if one day someone comes up with a new thing you can put on a bagel? Well, I've already patented everything, Aaron. Nobody can claim everything plus one. You're a wise man, Jerry. I'm making a fortune, Aaron.
Get Eco.
Eco plumbers, electricians, and HVAC technicians. GetEco.com.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change will help ease your oil change-anxiety. Picture an oil change that's quick, not rushed. When you hear the bell, feel yourself becoming light as a feather. Now, let go of your oil change-anxiety. Visit Valvoline Instant Oil Change today. No automotive worry, no appointment needed.
Can't make it to the game? Watch the Fan's pre- and post-game shows live on YouTube. Just search 97 on the Fan and click subscribe.
The Fan's YouTube channel is sponsored by Coors Light.
Your home of the Buckeyes. The Fan.
Attention, small business or sole proprietors. Do you want to save money on health care for your business? Be able to cover your employees with the best dental, doctors, and hospitals? Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter for the SACA Benefit Plan. Nearly 100,000 members strong in the state of Ohio. The SACA Benefit Plan is administered by Anthem and could be right for you. Small businesses. Visit 844-MEDOhio.com. That's medohio.com. The Soccer Benefit Plan could be right for you. Visit 844-MEDOhio.com.
30% of D1 athletes report betting-related threats and harassment after games. This threatens the safety and mental health of students like Jade.
I'm a college athlete, and I'm more than a bet. When you threaten my life and my family because you lost money, it really scares me.
These threats are not acceptable. Stop harassing college athletes over a bet. Learn more at morethanabet.org.
The future of recycling is now at Rumpke Waste and Recycling. The recycling leader has opened North America's largest, most technologically advanced recycling center right here in Central Ohio. This one-of-a-kind facility features interactive displays, educational opportunities, and the ability to process over 60 tons of recycled material per hour. Rumpke is committed to recycling and sustainability efforts, and for more than 90 years, Rumpke has worked to make sure the items you place in your recycling bin get used again. Visit Rumpke.com to learn how you can team with Rumpke to put less trash in our landfills and more of it to good use.
Hello, I'm Ross Bjork, Senior Vice President and Eugene Smith Wolf Foundation Endowed Athletics Director at The Ohio State University. In partnership with AEP, Donato's, Kroger, The Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center, Huntington, and 10 TV, Ohio State Athletics strives to inspire the community to make a positive impact on children and families in our great state through the Buckeyes Care Initiative. Show and share your support in the community by using the hashtag BuckeyesCare.
The Buckeye Show is sponsored by CareSource, proud to be your home for Ohio State Athletics. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Block O on the radio. This is the Buckeye Show.
Yes, it is the Buckeye Show. Ryan Baker, DeVier Posey, and now let's head out on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. Bring in a great former Buckeye, a national champion safety on the 2002 national championship team, Mike Doss. Mike, thanks for joining us and spending some time. Last week, Ohio State, Oregon, we saw just how thin the margin is of winning and losing games. You guys lived on that line a lot in 2002, had so many close, so many epic moments. How were you guys able to win all of those games? That's all you guys did, was win, and always be on the right side of that balance of winning and losing.
First off, I want to say thank you for the opportunity to be on the show with you and DeVier. I'm a big fan of DeVier and his radio career and podcast career, so he's doing great things and growing. And ultimately, I'm here to support DP. But so to answer your question was, how did we survive? 2002 was a great season. It was a miracle season. It was unexpected. Unlike this season of the current Buckeyes, they came into the season with the pressure of understanding that it's they came in with, we got to make it to the college football playoff, and we should, be competing for a national championship. Ultimately, the difference on our team was we knew that we had to win every week with a mentality that we had to survive and advance. Kind of once we got through that Cincinnati game where we almost lost down at Bengal Stadium. I think we won that game 19-16 or 19-17 or something like that. I can't remember the exact score, but ultimately that was kind of our wake-up moment, But then that also gave us a moment of belief that we could do something special, that we could overcome adversity. We were coached very well by Jim Tressel, Mark D'Antonio. These guys are college football Hall of Fame coaches, and they put us in situational football every day. So, we look to the NFL, we hear Bill Belichick talk about situational football, Tom Brady, talk about situational football, being ready for the moment when it arrives. And what Tressel did, he prepared us in a manner that we had to understand this is the moment. This is the 4th and 1. This is the field goal. This is the tackle. You got to stop the guys on 4th down. So, it's a different mentality. I think this team knows that there's a lot of pressure on them. Oregon had to play a near-perfect game to beat us. I think they only had 3 defensive penalties, and we didn't play our best game, but we only lost by 1 point. That's why we're still sitting here in the top 5 moving forward, here into Nebraska week.
Great point there. I mean, and I've been trying to, enlighten Buckeye faithful on that point right there. Like, Oregon played perfect. They didn't give up a sack. Dylan Gabriel sitting back there with a lawn chair, just throwing darts. Obviously, they played very well on defense. They won the turnover battle by 1. They got lucky with the kickoff, hitting the guy. But I wanted to ask you, in saying that, these weeks, especially a game like that, a 1-point loss, and you're a competitive guy like me, with a 2-week break has to be the most agonizing loss that you'll never forget because it's so long. So during this 2 weeks, I wanted to ask you, how do you fix those coverage lapses in the back end? How do you create a rush? What goes on in this 2 weeks on the defensive side of the ball, in the film room and on the practice field?
Most importantly, I think, just to add, DeVier, great point, collectively the team had a week to get healthy. We had 2 offensive line injuries, so we've had, let's say they practiced 3 days last week and all of this week. You got about 7 true football days that you can get the second team lineman comfortable with playing for 60 minutes. So offensively, the line is going to be better to jail. And now back to your point of the defense. This gives everyone an opportunity to get back down to fundamentals, right? You win, you're winning big games by, double digit, 21 points, 28 points, 30 points, whatever you want to call it. And you kind of get comfortable thinking, hey, the play I missed against, early on in the season, I'll make that play in the big game. But now we know this is a game of inches, right? It's a game of plays that keep stacking on each other. And if you lose inch by inch by inch, you die by 1,000 cuts. So this is a good 2 weeks to actually get back to fundamentals. Everyone calm down to understand, hey, we still have a big future, a long season ahead of us, and let's go out here and execute our techniques. Let's simplify the defense a little bit to allow our true pass rushers to be pass rushers and give them a chance to attack the quarterback, and just give guys the confidence that they know and the ability of themselves to go out, let's calm it down, let's play our football. And I keep telling guys all the time, you don't have to make all the plays. You just have to make the plays that are expected for you to make when it's your turn, right? Yep. I can't go cover for Denzel Burke, and Denzel has to know he can't think that there's pressure on because he's got to look at the number 2 receiver and get his eye control off or something like that. Let's play our techniques. Let's do our job. Let me do my job, and 11 people collectively doing their job allows the defense to be sound, allows the defense to play together, and then you go make the play that you're supposed to make.
Absolutely. Spoken like a true champ. Make the routine plays routine. I wanted to ask you something. I never asked you this. Outside of obviously winning a Super Bowl and a Natty, I know those are at the top of your mantle for your favorite football moments. But us as players, we have moments to where, like, all right, like, I know I could play big time ball. Like, when was your moment, like your favorite football memory where you were like, nah, I know I could do this at a high level? Like, when did you know that?
So I was a sophomore in high school at Camp McKinley. We won 2 state championships there in my tenure, but it was my sophomore year. We were playing against St. Ignatius with Charles Bentley.
Big
Buckeye,
game.
Buckeye.
Oh, my God, that's a big game.
We were playing against Dave Ragone. He ended up starting at Louisville, played a few years in the NFL. Playing against the older Gonzalez brothers of Anthony Gonzalez. And I was a sophomore. I was the tailback, and I was 4th in our rotation. So we had 4 starting tailbacks. I was Jamar Martin, DeMarlo Rozier, and a guy named Richard Bradley. And those 3 guys we had 3 series, and those guys went out and they didn't score. But we were down 7-0. And the coach calls on a sophomore safety. I started at safety, but a sophomore running back to come into the game in a 7-0 game. And I ran a counter tray, my first touch of the football, and I take it 80 yards against St. Ignatius.
St. Ives. Were y'all at St. Ives? Were y'all at St. Ives?
Hey, we were at St. Ignatius. Yes, we were at their field.
On the west side of Cleveland, right next to Ohio City. Oh, yeah, man, that's a big play.
So, and I went, counter tray, touched it, countered, boom, stiff armed the guy, and I was going for 80. Nobody could touch me. And I just remember after I scored, I said, I know Coach going to put me back in. I'm on fire.
Hey, let you get it anymore?
I didn't touch the ball another time.
Coach.
And we lost 42-7.
Oh no, that's your fault, Coach. Oh man.
Tom McDaniels, he was a great coach. He was in the Ohio Hall of Fame for coaching.
Yeah.
His son is the former, NFL
Josh
coach,
McDaniels.
Josh McDaniels.
Yeah.
Yep. And but I just remember coming back to the sideline, giving him this look like, you gotta feed the horse. It's kind of right.
but you was a sophomore. You were thinking that. You didn't say that.
Yes. I didn't say that. I didn't speak up. I just gave him a look like I'm here. This is the moment. Like you should see this in me. I started on defense, and I played my game. So I did give up 42 points as a defensive safety with those guys.
Yeah.
So he probably was looking at me like, hey, what happened on the defense? But that was a moment, as a young guy, 15, 16 years old, and you're like, oh, the lights are big. It's a big game. They're number one in the state. I think we're number 5 in the state. And, I touched the football as a running back, and I took it 80 yards, and I was like, yes, that was a big deal.
Mike, real quick before we let you out of here, you're talking about Canton McKinley. It doesn't get any bigger than Canton McKinley and Massillon. That's this Friday night. How you feeling about your Bulldogs' chances?
It's actually Saturday, 2 o'clock.
Oh, Saturday, okay.
He's tapped in.
They never played a game at night because, over 50 years ago, this rivalry's been so big that it'll be pretty crazy in the city, police, everything. So but I'm going for our Bulldogs. We're having a tough year. We just had a tough loss last week to Massillon Jackson. So these guys have to bounce back. Massillon has kind of taken over Stark County football the last 4 to 5 years, and I think we've only beaten Massillon 1 or twice in the last 10 years. And when you can't call it a rivalry when you're not winning. So, I'm looking forward to our guys rallying the troops. Let's be spoilers of their season in the rivalry game. Everyone gets to get into the playoffs and get a fresh start, and hopefully we can build some momentum off of that.
Absolutely.
Mike, thanks so much for joining us. We'll always remember that your career here as a Buckeye, one of the best ever there in the back end, and that 2002 national championship team was something special. Mike, thanks a lot. We appreciate it, and give DeVier hell on the golf course tomorrow.
And just to finish, I always tell people, and we're not going to talk about golf, but back to our Buckeyes. Let's fans, stay calm. The house isn't burning down, okay?
Yes, sir.
The house isn't burning down. Let's continue to keep stacking. As we see, last week Georgia took care of Texas. There's going to be a lot of one-loss teams hitting into the playoffs. We want to be steadily getting better each week. Win this week, and things will take care of themselves. And then we'll look to be in the position we want to be when they select 12 teams for the playoffs.
Absolutely. Former Buckeye national champion Mike Doss joining us on the Bryan Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. When he had that press conference saying he was coming back to Ohio State after his junior year, I feel like that started everything that became the 2002 national championship team.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, I don't know if Mike Doss gets enough credit in Buckeye lore for how good of a Buckeye he was.
Man, absolutely. I mean, when I think about Mike Doss, I call him 2, because for me, he was like the first number 2 that I ever saw on TV.
And that started like a run. Obviously, Chris Carter, but then that started a run of number twos.
Number twos, right?
So good.
Right. So I think for me in the 2000s, he's the number two, if that makes sense.
I will second that as well.
Yeah.
DeVier, are there any stumbling blocks left on Ohio State's schedule? We'll look at the rest of the season next. It's the Buckeye Show, 97.1 The Fan.
We have so many local shows, I can't fit them in a 10-second promo. So let's just say we're live and local all damn day. The Fan.
Want to kick off your fall shopping with a touchdown? Shop Bob's Discount Furniture for pieces that fit your style and your space. Check out Bob's space-conscious and style-forward furniture for every room, like counter-height dining sets, convenient lift-top coffee tables, guest-friendly pop-up sleepers, and storage-filled seating perfect for game day hangouts. So stop and score winning design with Bob's Discount Furniture, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Hey, Buckeye fans. As the official wing sponsor of Ohio State Athletics, Roosters is kicking off an incredible giveaway you won't want to miss. This football season, we're giving away 12 ultimate Buckeye experiences. 3 drawings, 12 winners with prizes including tickets, sideline passes, and 2 trips to a Buckeye postseason game. Go to roosterswings.com to register and see all the details. 3 drawings, 12 amazing prizes. Register today and every day. Roosters, a fun, casual joint.
Imagine a tailgate. The heat of the flame, the sizzle of the burger, the squeeze of the ketchup. Grilling is essential to tailgating as the game itself. Weber grills are there in the hours, minutes, and even seconds before kickoff. Before the best damn band in the land plays the battle cry, signaling it's time to take the field. Weber is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. This season, Weber created an officially licensed limited edition Ohio State grill inspired by the iconic Buckeye helmets. Find the best damn grill in the land at local Ohio retailers.
Go behind the scenes of one of the most recognizable landmarks in all of college athletics with a tour of Ohio Stadium. A seasoned redcoat will be your guide as you make your way through walls of the stadium, into the press box, and onto the field. Upgrade to the VIP package and get special access to the band center and the Ohio State home locker room. From corporate outings and school groups to single-person tours and small families, Ohio Stadium Tours offers a variety of options and pricing that will meet your needs. For more information, visit ohiostatebuckeyes.com and book your tour of Ohio Stadium today.
Sunday, a day of rest, relaxation, and Browns football. Catch the Brownies as they battle the Ravens.
Live coverage starts Sunday at 11 with the Kick It One.
Your Central Ohio home for Browns football.
The Christmas cash giveaways now at UDF. With UDrive Plus, 1 in 7 can play to win prizes instantly, including $1,000 weekly by buying specially marked items at UDF. No purchase necessary. Visit udrivecontest.com for official rules. Looking to sell your home? Don't pay 6% commission. Call my guys at Sell for 1% Realtors. They're full service, not a do-it-yourself kind of thing. On average, customers save over $10,000. Give them a call, 614-451-6616. That's 451-6616.
Now is a great time to start your holiday shopping at Meijer. Save big this week with our early holiday deals. Save $40 on a Gourmet air fryer. Save $30 when you buy a Keurig K-Slim single-serve coffee maker. And for the competitive ones on your gift list, select board games are 20% off. Shop even more great gift ideas like these in the Meijer Holiday Gift Guide. Available on Meijer.com, in-store, or in the Meijer app. Exclusions apply.
Nothing makes being outdoors better than having the right gear and the right crew. So here's an idea. Let Mountain Dew supply the gear and you bring the friends. Because when you buy specially marked multi-packs of Mountain Dew, you can collect points and earn epic limited edition outdoor gear. We're talking everything from custom Mountain Dew camp chairs and backpack coolers to exclusive Mountain Dew tents, fishing boats, and more. So buy Dew, collect points, get gear, and get outside with Mountain Dew outdoor gear.
Open to legal U.S. residents 18+. Subject to program terms at dewoutdoors.com and 12/31/24. Void or prohibited.
Welcome to the Plus side, where a AAA Plus membership means that an empty gas tank won't keep you from a full day, and where a dead battery can't stop you from being the life of the party. Because on the Plus side, roadside mishaps don't have to ruin your day. With AAA Plus, tire changes, battery swaps, and emergency fuel are just a tap away. AAA gets to you faster, and if you need a tow, we'll take you further. Become a member today and experience peace of mind on the Plus side. Towing is subject to a 7-day waiting period. Terms and conditions apply.
All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. a show that knows its enemy.
They hate us, we hate them. That's the way it's got to be.
It's Michigan, obviously. I even hate them, and I'm the impartial voice guy. Yuck. Back to the Buckeye Show.
Presented by Coors Light.
Awesome having Mike Doss on last segment. If you missed that or want to hear anything from the Buckeye Show tonight, you can go check out wherever you get your audio and your podcasts. Just search the Buckeye Show and make sure that you like and subscribe as well. Also, final week of the regular season, DeVier High School football. Yep. Our game of the week this week, Olentangy heads to Olentangy Berlin, the OCC Cardinal on the line. You and Tito will be calling that game. It's going to be a fun one there. Kickoff is at 7. Our coverage starts with Tonight in High School Football at 6:30. After the game, Byers Dublin Subaru's high school football overtime. Me and my good friend, the guru, Lee Cochran, will bring you all the scores and get you ready. Maybe try to let you know what's happening for the playoffs as well the next weekend. So make sure you're tuned in Friday night for all your high school football coverage right here on The Fan. DeVier, let's bye week after the loss. You've had a time to reset here. As we look at the schedule moving forward, obviously Nebraska at noon this week. You're at home. The following week, a big one, number 3 right now, at least, Penn State, another noon game. You're on the road there. Then you got Purdue, Northwestern, number 13, Indiana, right before the Michigan game. Mm-hmm. If Ohio State has a stumble here, which we hope not, and we don't think so, where do you see that stumble happening?
I mean, obviously, going on the road to Penn State is a huge game. It's the game of the year now. Outside of Oregon, this Penn State team is a good team. They got a great run attack. Tyler Warren is probably going to be the number 1 tight end taken in the draft this year. So we're going to they're going to scheme us up, man. And I know Julian Fleming is going to want to, make some plays that he's been making in practice the last 4 years on us. So Penn State game is huge. I think games that will have the best look and feel, the most fun game to probably go to is that Northwestern game at Wrigley Field. That's going to be, for Buckeye fans, that's a treat right there.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah, that's a treat. And but for me personally, my game of the year remaining is Indiana. And here's why it's not Michigan. Like, Michigan game and Michigan week for me, like, I'm really tense. Like I'm learning that as a former player. Like, I get tense. Like I'm having anxiety attacks because it means so much to me, and I just really don't enjoy Michigan games. Like, I want to win. Don't get me wrong. Like, I want to win, but I'm so intense that I can't sit back and watch the schemes. I'm just like, what's going on? Like, we got to win. We got to win. So I'm not looking forward to the feeling of that game. But I'm looking forward to Indiana because Coach Cignetti and how good they are. And I want to see that team play here in Ohio Stadium.
Maybe it's just the past, but Penn State doesn't scare me. James Franklin doesn't scare me. I think Ohio State will go in there and take care of business. I hope Indiana keeps winning.
Yeah.
Because I think that will make Ohio State, it'll keep their attention on the Hoosiers because it's going to be easy to look past them. You want revenge on Michigan for the past couple years. I hope Indiana keeps winning so that game is as large as possible.
Absolutely.
So there's no way that the Buckeyes can overlook them. DeVier, it was a fun DeVier day. Appreciate you getting Mike Doss for us. That was a good get.
Absolutely, man.
Again, if you missed the Mike Doss interview, anywhere you get your audio, you can subscribe and download the Buckeye Show podcast. The Jackets, they got a big win last night. The Inside Edge is next on the money after that at 8. Make sure you keep it locked right here, 97.1 The Fan.
If the sound of another man slammed against plexiglass turns you on, you've come to the right place. Proud to be your home for Jackets hockey. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
This football season, choose chill and go with the beer that's made for Ohio State game day. Whether you're at the shoe, the bar, or the basement, bring the Silver Bullets. You can win tickets to the game against that team up north on November 30th. Enter keyword kickoff at CoorsLight.com/college football. No purchase necessary. Open only to residents of Ohio through 10/31/24. See official rules for details at CoorsLight.com/college football. Coors Light, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. 21 means 21. Celebrate responsibly.
You get up early on snow days because snowed in is not an option. The Kubota Snow lineup of compact tractors, RTVs, and versatile attachments are built to thrive in the winter. Right now, bring home select Kubota equipment for 0 down, 0% APR for 84 months, plus save up to $1,100. Now through November 30th. See us or go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
Stop by Bain Welker Equipment in Circleville for a test drive and see their full line of Kubota products. Or visit online at bain-welkerkubota.com.
Buckeyes, I'm Kurt Lewis, United Healthcare of Ohio CEO and graduate of The Ohio State University. United Healthcare and the Ohio Chamber of Commerce believe healthy small businesses are vital to our economy. That's why we're ready to give your small business a big promotion at no cost to you through our small business sweepstakes. Winners receive radio promotion, social media recognition, and more. To enter, visit ohiostatebuckeyes.com/UHC. United Healthcare, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
For terms and conditions, visit ohiostatebuckeyes.com/UHC. Sweepstakes rules and restrictions apply.
Things are popping at Al's Delicious Popcorn. With over 80 flavors to choose from, we have something for everyone. From classics like caramel cashew, white cheddar, and our famous vanilla butternut to new flavors like chicken and waffles and spicy barbecue. They are all made fresh and they are all delicious. Visit us online at alspopcorn.com or come see us and experience the best service in town at 1500 Bethel Road in Columbus. Al's Delicious Popcorn.
It's game day at Raising Cane's. If you want to order like a Buckeye, it's the action off the field you need to focus on. The only play you're running is chicken. So what combo are you picking? Make it a perfect season. We've got tailgates of hand-battered, cooked-to-order chicken fingers and cane sauce. And jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade. All available to order online or on our app. This season is about to be unbeatable. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. One love. Proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Hey Columbus, looking for the perfect day trip? Head to the Pro Football Hall of Fame in Canton. Dive into football history, see legendary players, and enjoy interactive exhibits. Fun for the whole family. Visit ProFootballHOF.com for tickets. The Pro Football Hall of Fame in Canton, where it's always football season.